Hello, I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where we break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. And today we're doing Fulham against Man City as we're trying to catch up with some of these midweek games, as we know the Premier League is going to come thick and fast over Christmas. Now, this is an interesting result because it tells us a couple of things. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to, I hate saying the YouTuber stuff, you know, subscribe and all that nonsense. But join us on a Monday night live, and I will be live this Monday. Wasn't last Monday because, sound issues, and, you know, that's terrible. I want to start this, but this isn't a goal, but I want to show you this clip here. I want to show you bad Premier League defending because it's every week. And the amount of times I say the same things week in, week out is amazing. First off, we've got a cute little pass in here to Phil Foden. And as you can see, we've got 3 City players inside of a pocket, okay? Right. Now, how do you deal with this little pocket? You've got to put pressure on the ball. All right, we've got 2 players here. Got to put pressure on the ball. We've got to either stop the runner or catch him offside. Right, if we both step towards the ball, good chance we're going to catch him offside. But there's a problem because one of us, we've got one here, the other one isn't in line, so we can't step together. He has to track the runner. Can we see that? So it's quite simple. One's going to go towards the ball. One's going to track the runner. Job's done. We're safe. Let's slow this counter-attack down. Watch what they do instead. This is amazingly bad. 1, 2, both start to run towards the ball. Haaland runs on the blind side right past the defender. When the ball's played, look, he's got absolutely no idea where Haaland's gone. It's like, you know that he's not bad at kicking the footballs into the net boxes. You might want to mark him a little bit better than this. That is shocking. And that's one of these things that you can see that Fulham are going to get ripped apart in this game. If you can't have one person go towards the ball to slow it down and the other one track the runner, simple stuff, you're in all sorts of trouble. Now, this game also shows you that City are not title contenders. What do you mean, Cash? They scored 5 goals. Yeah, but they let in 4 against Fulham. Yeah, but they scored 5. Yeah, but you let in 4 against Fulham. That's worrying. You need a good defence to win the Premier League or to challenge for it. Letting in 4 goals is not, you know, defensively sound. Yeah, City, they'll be up there, but they're not going to win it. Well, the famous last words, unless they tighten up their defensive mistakes. I mean, because there's a lot. But let's move on to the first goal. Man City ping the ball around quite effectively. Plingly, and the ball ends up going out wide. Okay? As soon as it's out wide here, you need to have a little snapshot of what's going on, right? This is the point when you go, are you defensively set? Fulham is not defensively set. What do we mean by that, right? Do we have enough players in a sort of a square so we can have pressure on this ball here? No one puts pressure on this ball, by the way. And we've got this space covered. Can you see this space here? This is the dangerous space. That space. Let's get rid of the lines so I can just show it to you properly. This is the dangerous space right here. Okay, and you can see he's exploiting it coming in behind there. Fulham don't have a player anywhere near here. You can see he's starting to identify it and move over. But you've always got to remember this one rule. If the ball's on this side, you're defending this side. It's a weird rule, but it works, all right? Always remember you can't have 2v1 on the back post like this. You just can't. He's got to, you know, start getting closer or someone else has to come and help because you're 2v1 here. And remember, that isn't defending. He's not goal side. So it's only those players there we're looking at. That's 2v1 on the back post, okay? That isn't close enough. So as we move this forward, oh, they changed the camera angle. I can't really show you what I want to show you. So I want you to think about this run here, okay? Because this run, look, he doesn't go towards the ball. Absolutely terrible. So he's just sitting out there having a picnic, deciding what he wants to do. This run, remember that space that I was talking about that's opening up there? Okay, and remember, we've got the second problem here. So that run opens up this space a little bit more. No pressure whatsoever on the ball. They're stood there. And because... Okay, so let's just go through what's happened. He's made the run. Do you see? No one's put pressure on the ball. That ball's come in. There was the space. He's exploited it. They've closed it down a little bit, but it's not enough. Just a one-touch little flick on, and it's a great finish. Not close enough. Not close enough. And you can see that happening as soon as that ball goes out wide. Okay? You can just... Oh, my God, that's what's going to happen. All of these spaces are opening up. And that's where, you know, people talk about sort of patterns of play and all this stuff. Football's easier than that. The same things happen and repeat when the space is available. It gets exploited. Players just play into it. It's just the way it happens. Good players spot it. Good players expose those runs. Bad players stand and don't pressure. And Haaland gets himself a fich. Okay, this is really good forward play here by Haaland. He actually drops into pocket of space, and this is his strength. He doesn't do this enough for my liking. I mean, he's so good at doing this. You never really see him do anywhere. You did it at Dortmund. He did a lot more of this at Dortmund. Coming in, picking up the ball, turning. playing a little cute pass or running through, right? You can see the run is happening. You can see this is the space that's going to get exploited. I want you to watch this player here as we move it forward ever so slightly, okay? Watch what he does. Do you see him stand still? He goes to cover. He sees the centre-back stood, step forward. He knows that. He knows his responsibility is to go that way. He knows that player is going that way. He starts to do it. He starts to go, but he stops because he immediately assumes that these two players are going to win the ball from the one-man City player, and that doesn't happen. As he starts to go through, look, can you see he stood still? He didn't continue his run, because if he did, he would have been right in his way, right there. He stopped. All right? As the ball's played, bump, now he knows he's made a mistake. It's too late. Gone. That's the difference of constantly moving. I was trying to explain this to somebody the other day, and I say, you run less, but you walk more. Do you see he stopped? If he just kept walking, he would have been in the right place. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. Sprint less, walk a little bit more, and you can see the picture. Okay, as it goes. And watch. You'll know he knows he's made a mistake, because as it goes through, watch this. Puts his hand up for offside, asking for some help somewhere else. Still got a lot to do, because I like the keeper's position. He comes out really well to close him down, but he just finds it, puts it into the net box, bump, gets himself a goal. But watch the body language here. Watch his reaction. Does he know he's made a mistake? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. I must say this about 3 times a week. If you are defending a corner, you have to have someone up here. If you don't, they have a player here, and he kicks it into the net box for free. Or if your goalkeeper punches it, you can win it, the second ball, and start a counter-attack. The amount of poor defending in the Premier League. Now, here's the other part, and this is where you know they're all using data AI models that will tell them to do all of these wuzzy things. When if you just look at the game, you can see it much better and much clearer. No player there, ball gets punched out, and because there's no player anywhere near the D to defend the D, Phil Foden has got time to take a touch, turn it, and it's a worldie goal. It's a great finish. But he's got all the time in the world to do this. And even though they are trying to pressure him, they are absolutely miles away. He takes his time. He has a little shifty look as well, by the way. He does look to see where the keeper is. And then just bump, puts it into the top corner. It's a quality strike. It's a really good goal. But again, that's Fulham's utter poor defending and understanding where the ball is going to fall after the first contact. Whether it's your team or their team, where it drops for that next phase of play, they don't understand it. So this is actually quite a little decent goal here. I quite like this. So City are on the transition, and obviously from the defence to attack transition, and they don't maintain possession of the ball. This is one of those things where you have to keep possession of the ball and get your team shape back, because there's nowhere for him to go, and he ends up losing the ball really quick. And I want to show you how he loses the ball and why he loses the ball. Watch this. Watch what he does. It's his touch. That's his first touch. That's why he loses the ball. Not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. Sometimes you're better off just punting the ball down and running on it over here, getting away from the danger. He creates a problem with his bad first touch. And it's a really good, I see the space, plays it into the space, looking for that whip ball across there. Absolutely perfect. Now, I'm a fan, when you're on the transition, of whipping this ball in as fast as you can, as early as you can, to put it into that space. Some people call it the corridor of uncertainty. A certain streamer uses that. Can't disagree. And the reason why it's that dangerous is because everyone is running towards the goal, and that's how goals are scored. When he cuts this ball back, though, it's not a decent pass. This is not good. He's putting it into this area and hoping someone can finish it or do something with it. It's not a good pass. It's just more of a hit and hope. And this header here is actually quite decent. He does a really good job getting on the end of this and putting it into the corner of the net box. Dumph, done, in it goes. I mean, it's a quality little header. That there makes this goal. I mean, he has no business scoring from there with a header, flicking it past Donnarumma, and he does. Still got questions about Donnarumma, and I'm sure you do too. Look, we all know he can stop shots. All the goalkeepers can do that. But the amount of pressure that he's coming under in the Premier League and some of the little mistakes and punches away he makes, yeah, I think if you're telling me that's an Edison or an Allison, I think they're saving that. He's not. This is, again, no pressure on the ball, and you can afford to. When you've got 2 players, okay, you're not worried about that run because about there when he could have started pressuring the ball. You can afford to have someone pressure the ball. There's also another problem. Watch this. Because of his body shape and because of the way he stood and he's actually hunkered down, he can't react to this pass. Right? He should easily be able to stick out his left leg and defend this. And he doesn't. Watch. He's got all the time in the world to see this. He's reading it. He's watching it. And he just turns. He doesn't actually try to win the ball at all. And I don't know if Haaland means to make this play, by the way, because I don't think he does. It's Haaland. He's a striker. There, he wants to score. Doesn't want to lay the ball off. Not looking to make a little cute pass. He's looking to score. But I think he has a bad touch, and it bobbles over. I think it's Foden on the back post. And as you can see, boom, in comes Foden. Keeper's really got not much of a chance. And he gets himself another goal. Okay, so this again, look, it's so frustrating when you've coached so much and you see so many simple things go wrong, because it's always the simple things. When I say it, you'll see it. After you pass the ball, what do? You move. He passes the ball, so now he needs to move, and he doesn't. As soon as he passes the ball here, he stands still, and Doku just runs in and takes the ball off him. I mean, it's awful. Ball's come in, ponk, pomp, little pass, pomp, pomp, and he passes it straight back to Doku. He should have been on his bike out here making a run, and when you make the run, it'll dictate where the pass is going to go. You can turn and get away from it. He doesn't, and he just ends up making, I don't know what he's doing. He's screaming for it. At least he knows what he's doing there. Give me the ball. I'm completely unmarked. No, I shall give it to the City player and let him kick it into the net box. It's actually not a good goal from Doku. I'll show you that now. Even when he's whiffed the pass up and he's given it to Doku, he doesn't challenge him properly to try to win the ball at all. Just lets him go. This was going way wide, but it takes the deflection right here. Watch this. Takes the deflection. That's what scores the goal. That's where he gets the lift and the loop. Otherwise, it would be absolutely pants. But yeah, he gets lucky and gets himself a goal. Again, you know what I was saying about having a player here when you're in the defensive phase? So important. Just runs on. This is a tidy finish. He actually bends this in a nice little inside of the foot strike. But this is my thing about Donnarumma. He's by that post. There is no way that ball there should be able to get into the inside of the post here and beat him. And yet it does. It's just not good enough. Watch Donnarumma going down. Oof, look, it's too slow. Bump. It's in the corner. Yeah. Oof. I don't know if he's a very good keeper or not. I'm still on the fence with this guy. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So here you go with Fulham again on the attack. Just a little nonsense ball in, really. Nothing. I mean, City should be dealing with this fine, but when it comes across, it's just a bad touch. I don't know what that is. It's a flick to somebody. I don't know. What are you doing? Control the ball. Well, I mean, there's no one near you, and you've done, even though the ball sat up quite nicely, he's still got a lot of work to do. Beating Donnarumma again, coming in, bump into the bottom corner. It's a great strike. Just poor first touch and poor defending again from Manchester City. So, when I said you need people up here, because then you can challenge for the second ball, have a guess. Guess what's going to happen. Again, Donnarumma punches this ball away. There you go, whacked, punches this ball away, bump, and it's dropping. Because you've got no City player, that isn't good enough. It's just not. You want to be there. That way you can cut his run out. That yardage makes a difference. And by the way, not only there, if he's there, he wins this ball. The difference of those 2 feet is massive. Absolutely massive. So if he's where I would want him, it would be either there. Actually, I'll probably have one there and one there. Always. Always, always, always. And that one might move either to there or to there, depending on how they're set up. But again, it's just it's a low, hard strike on goal, and Donnarumma just lets it in again. And I want you to have a look. He can see it. Look at him. You know he can see it. Perfectly there. Bump goes through into that corner. There. It's on the side that he can save it on. Right? Easy. Bam. Smashed. Down too late. And it's into the back of the net box. Yeah. City defensively are poor. And if Fulham showed up in the first half a little bit better, they may have got something more out of this game than they thought. Other than that, I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.